Good evening and welcome to the Hilltop live for Chieftain Volleyball 1989. Tonight, Chieftains take on league rival Jackson in this volleyball matchup. I'm Jay Colson.
Hi, and I'm Shad Mace. We're here tonight at the Hilltop volleyball game against Jackson, September 19th, 1989.
And this is going to be a classic confrontation, the Logan Volleyballsters against the Jackson
Iron Ladies, I would say.
The Iron Ladies from Jackson, and this is a key confrontation in the league match for the SEOAL championship. Last year, of course, the Chieftains came away with a big victory against Jackson and won the SEOAL, but this year we're not getting any. But this year, the Chieftains now stand with a record of 4-1. That's right, a record of 4-1. They have wins over Lancaster, Fisher Catholic, Zanesville, and Warren. But they fell to New Lexington in 3 games, and Logan now stands with a 4-1 record against the tough Lady Iron Women. Is that what you say?
Yeah, Iron Women is how I think you'd pronounce it, Jay.
That's right, and the Iron Women from Jackson, very tough team in the SEOAL to conquer. In fact, in previous years, Logan only beat the Iron Women. Last year was the first time in the last 5 years that the Logan beat the Iron Women in the SEOAL play for the league championship there. Logan came off with a big opening point. That's good. That gets the women in the right kind of frame of mind to get this volleyball game underway, wouldn't you say, Shad?
Yeah, it's always good to start out with something positive like this. Come up winning the open serve, get the volley for the first serve. I think start out now with some good scoring, they'll be doing pretty good.
Christi Collins with the spike, and a nice spike it was. Over across the court with that one, left-hander, Christi Collins. And you might say that she's very good at the spikes in this area, leading the team with 81.7% of her spikes are for the point. Set. And another set, back to Collins, who nice spike there, but a good save by the Jackson Iron Women. And Collins again controlling the net for the Chieftains. Logan leads 1-0. This Logan squad is very strong when you consider that 4 of their starters are returners from last year, and they also have a lot of good talent coming up from the younger grades. And you might say that Logan has a very good volleyball program coming here. A lot of people say that, and I must agree, because the Chieftains are looking strong as ever this year in the SEOAL play, and they're trying to go for consecutive league championships. This is going to be one of the key tests in the SEOAL. Predicted to win the league this year by many people with Jackson, because Jackson just traditionally has a very strong volleyball program. But tonight, the Chieftains are really giving them their fair share. And Christi Collins now to serve.
That serve was long by Christi Collins. You don't see too many of those coming from her. She's got an 82% serve record. She's really good at it. Good set there by Joe Schrader. Katie Smith comes across the spike, gets a little bit long. That'll be a point for Jackson. They get on the board first time tonight.
And they're tying it up now. Number 3 for Jackson with the serve. Nice save there. Back to Tara Lutz in the back row. Katie Smith trying to control the net there. I think we have a foul. One of the Jackson players, in fact, I believe that was number 12, got into the net on that one. And Logan now retains the serve. And tied, 1-1.
Good save there by Christi Collins.
Very nice save.
Oh, that was a close play on the net there. Could have went either way. Fortunately for Logan, it went to the Jackson side.
That's right, Joe Schrader was kind of testing whether or not she should hit that ball. Made the right choice. The ball rolled over on the Jackson side, and Logan got the point. 2-1, Logan leads. Collins diving on the floor for that save. Unable to get it, though. And Jackson's going to take over in the serving department. Collins up front. Schrader makes a nice set. And a nice down by Katie Smith. Of course, a sophomore on this team. Very good athlete, Smith, in controlling the upper front line. One of the key reasons Logan had such a successful season last year and is continuing its success this year. 3-1, Logan now leads with Courtney Snipes on the serve. Courtney Snipes, player of the week for the Chieftains last week. Trying to do the same for this week. And Katie Smith controls that net.
Katie comes up with an excellent block on that one. She leads the team with blocks. She's got 9 so far, Jay. She's having a good season up front.
That ball was out of bounds, long. And Snipes retains the serve, and there's a timeout. Jackson wants to talk it over. I want to remind you that if you're enjoying the volleyball action tonight, you can continue enjoying the volleyball action because on Thursday night, 6:30, same time right here on LHS TV2, we're going to see volleyball versus Athens. That program also being aired live over Dimension Cable Services. What would you say so far? You're commentating about the game, Shad?
I think that if Logan keeps up this good string of serves, they'll be doing all right. I was fortunate enough to see the loss they had against New Lex, at New Lex, and their serving that night was very poor. I think it was their major downfall. If they can keep up the good serves tonight and keep this good run of serving going and keep a lead and not fall behind, they'll be doing all right. But and if something should go wrong and Logan should chance to fall behind, I think that's been all right, because I've seen plenty of games this year so far, Jay, when Logan would fall behind. One time they fell behind to Lancaster by 9 points. They came back to hold Lancaster at 14 and win it 16-14. Excellent spike there by Katie Smith, just barely keeping it in bounds, just where you like to hit them.
That's right, those are hard to return. And that Lancaster matches up, as you were talking about, one of the Chieftains' roughest teams to contend with this season. They came out of that 3-game set 2-1 and barely came out with the victory there, and a very crucial victory for the Chieftains in getting their season underway. 4-1, their current record, going for their 5th win tonight against a tough team from Jackson. Right now, the Chieftains lead 6-1. Christi Collins, Tara Lutz, and over by Joe Schrader. The ball's not going to make it. And Jackson, they're just failing to get the ball over.
Katie Smith's back to serve now with Logan, Jay. She's been doing pretty good behind the net so far. She's got an 81% record on the serves. Oh, that one just barely cleared. Christi Collins is up. A good little shot by Collins, but it was a good save there on the behalf of the Jackson player. Set by Courtney Snipes and smashed by Christi Collins. Goes out of bounds on that one. Jackson returned the serve now.
Earlier this evening on the hilltop, the reserve team for the Chieftains came up with a rough defeat. Jackson blanked them in 2 games, 15-4 and 15-13. Logan bouncing back the second game, but just not enough. At the present, Logan's reserve squad is 3-3, and they're at 1-1 in the league. Jackson's reserve squad, very tough, 5-3 the record overall, and they're 3-0 in the league. Holcomb was Logan's leading scorer, and I want to say good luck to the JV volleyball team as they're going to try to bounce back coming up Thursday against Athens in another league match for for the Chieftains. Right now, Logan varsity match. Logan leading up 7-1, the score here on the hilltop. And Zip Lutz with the serve.
Oh, tough break there for Christi. That one came across and hit the net and just fell in front of her. She had a hard time trying to get under that one.
Well, you know, those balls are hard to judge when they're coming off the net like that, Shad. You got to say that
yeah.
With high velocities those balls carry, and you're running into that elastic, you got a lot of trouble there.
It's a good example of it there about that velocity when it's coming over the net like that, Jay. You get a lot of trouble with that bounce. It's hard to carry. Joe Schrader's back on the serve now. She gets it over, and that was, I think it was a lift call against the Jackson. Number 10 for Jackson. She was called with the lift.
8-1, Logan leads. And Schrader retains the serve.
Substitute for Jackson, number 00 comes in for number 10.
Nice serve from Schrader. Nice save again by Schrader, who after her serve went up there to protect the net. And a good spike there, number 12 for the Jackson squad. She's a big girl up there on front. What do you say, Shad?
Yeah, I'd say she's pretty much got the height advantage on that team. She's probably about 5'8", 5'9". Set by Aaron Mahaffey. Christi Collins gets under it, just gets it over. She couldn't get a spike on that one. Bump by Katie Smith, set by Joe Schrader. Spike by Christi Collins goes long.
Didn't get it up there, but Christi making a good effort. Then she leads the team in spikes with an 81% average. Nice dive to try to save that ball by Smith, but to no avail. Didn't get her hands together on that one, a legal hit. Jackson with the serve. Score now 3-8. Logan leads.
That serve nicked the net on the way over, and that one will be called illegal.
You don't get faults in the game of volleyball.
Nope.
One chance and that's it. They're changing sides.
Oh, tough break there for Logan. It was a good save by Christi Collins. Katie Smith just couldn't get enough under to get it over the net.
I feel a bit of a momentum change up here on the hilltop. Jackson been taking over. Logan having a hard time lately getting any points on the board. They've had that 8 up there for quite some time. Right now they're just trying to get the serve back. Jackson playing them tough. That ball's gonna be
out of bounds.
Good call, Shad.
It'll be Aaron Mahaffey serving for Logan. Aaron is a sophomore this year, starting on the starting lineup.
That's a big role for a sophomore to play, but if anybody can do it, Aaron Mahaffey can. She's very tough competitor. Nice spike by Smith. She's powerful.
Yeah, I think that makes Katie Smith's 50th spike of the year. It's a good mark to hit. She can keep it going, maybe reach 100 before the season's over.
That half-century mark is a goal that I'm sure a lot of players would like to reach, and this early in the season, Katie Smith has achieved that. Schrader back to Smith, and another spike by Smith. Number 6 for the Jackson squad. A little bit frustrated about that one. She thought she had the block on Smith. She thought she had the positioning, but with that powerful spike coming down in her face, just split her arms wide open, and Logan now leads 9-3. Snipes to serve.
That serve made it in. Some Jackson players thought that was going to go out. As a matter of fact, they called it themselves, but it hit in, and another timeout's called by the Jackson coach.
They want to talk about it. They want to see what's going on with this team because they're not used to getting...
Yeah, they don't like what they see tonight. Logan jumping off to a 10-3 lead is not a good sign. I don't think Jackson expected this one, Jay.
Well, they're coming up here. They're playing in the purple pit. It's got to be hard for them making that road trip over here and trying to play volleyball on the Chieftain turf. Now, I must say that the Chieftainets, they really came out here, been relaxed since the game started, it seems like. It's a very big game in the league, and I'm sure they have to feel nervous. Not showing it, though, in their play. Able to be leading right now, 10-3. And Jackson, they just really don't know what to do.
Logan's kept their play pretty calm and collective this game. If they can keep it up, they're leading 10-3. They got to come up 5 more points, and this game will be over.
Of course, you have to win the best 2 out of 3 to win the game.
This could be a rotation on the squad here. I think they're going to bring Tiffany Ogg in for Aaron Mahaffey. Ogg's in now. Mahaffey's out for a little water break. Coach has something to say to her. Snipes with the serve. Gets it across. That's a very mean serve. Hard for the Jackson players to return, but they did it. Oh, tough break there for Jenny McAllister. Tried to get underneath that one. Couldn't quite make it.
Just checking into the game, I believe, McAllister had a rough break there on her first attempt at getting the ball up in the air. That was a hard ball to return.
Serve is called long, and Logan will take over again.
Smith with the serve.
There's a set by Snipes. McAllister's up. Oh, and that one, she barely got a hold of that one. She didn't quite hit as hard as she'd like to. It didn't, as a matter of fact, it didn't make it over at all. Tough break for McAllister. She's had 2 tough breaks since she's been out. She's going to have to pick herself up, or I think the coach will find her sitting on the bench again.
There she goes. She gets that one over. Nice shot there by McAllister.
That ball went long for Jackson. Logan will take over serving again. Serving for Logan is Tara Lutz. She's one of the smaller players on the team, only being 5'1". She doesn't quite have the height, but she has a good serve, a powerful serve. I think that's why Coach Engel puts her back there. She puts her in the serve, and then when they bring her up to the front of the line, they trade her in for someone with a little more height.
Well, I think you're right there, Shad. She has a lot more to offer to this team than just her serve as well. She makes a pretty mean set shot and also has a good bump. She's one of this leading candidates on the team for serve receptions. She leads the team with 51%, and basically, you know, maybe not in blocks or spikes. She isn't going to be a powerhouse for the team, but she's a well-rounded player in the other areas, I might say. 12-3 is the score on the Hilltop. Chieftainets lead it. Jackson has the serve. They want to put some points on this board. They don't want to get blown out in the first game. That's got to be very frustrating. You know, wouldn't you say, Shad, to be blown out in the first game and knowing that you weren't even close in the first game, trying to come back and win 2 more? It's got to be emotionally.
Yeah, mentally that would be tough to hold. That'd be hard to pull that one off, to lose the first one by such a deficit and then have to try to come back and win the second one. The next 2, actually, that'd be very hard to do. And that was I believe a double hit called on number 10 from Jackson. She doesn't like that call at all.
Double hit, that's right, that's what happened. She bent down for the bump, and bump just didn't get it. Hit off her chest and called for a double hit. Logan retains the serve. Joe Schrader is going to be serving the ball for the Chieftainets. Powerful spike.
Powerful spike. Came in with a lot of velocity on that one. I believe that'll be a, no, that's no point, but Jackson takes over the serve.
That's right, Logan served on that one, so Jackson just retained the serve with that powerful spike up front. number 12 again.
Oh.
Into the net. Collins didn't get that one over.
Don't often see that from Christi. She's got an 81% spike record. That's a rarity there.
She doesn't let it bother her, though. She bounces right off those hard falls when she's coming out here in the game. She's a team leader out there, being a senior, playing volleyball. About ready to wrap up her LHS career, but she's really made her mark.
Yeah, Christi's one of the co-captains with Tara Lutz and Katie Smith. They have a tri-captain system going here. I think Logan's starting to slack a little bit on this one, Jay. Jackson's starting to catch up now. It's 13-6. It's one thing Logan can't let happen to them. They can't start taking it easy. They got to keep up that tough, hard competition all the way through till it's over.
Well, here they're going to get their chance. Collins has a serve for Logan. And they got the score. 14-6, Logan leads. This one's going to be game point. Jackson wants to make a substitution. Number 5, we received the double hit call earlier. Check backs into the game. And Collins hits it to the back row. Nice save by Jackson, getting that serve back over.
Oh, and there was a block by number 12 for Jackson. She's got the height for that team.
That's right.
She was up for a really good block. That's something you don't see too many people do to Katie Smith.
Well,
Jackson's got the serve again. They're going to see what they can do with it. I'm sure they're looking to get
Katie's powerful up front, but she's got to learn that a lot of times she's going to face opponents that are as powerful as she is. And sometimes you're not going to want to go for the kill. Sometimes you're going to want to dink it over, perhaps. And that would be a good opportunity for that, what you saw when you saw that block there. That ball going out. Jackson puts another point up on the board, and it's 8 serving 14. Logan still holds the lead, but Jackson coming back. You're not going to win it. You know, you could be leading 14-0. If you don't get that last point, you're not going to win it. Smith puts it over. That's in. Across the court spike by number 12. That one hit the back row. Logan wants to talk about it. Coach Engel's upset. Chieftains had a chance to put him away, and they didn't capitalize.
Yeah, I can understand why she's upset with this squad. It's not looking really good now. They jumped out to a lead, and if they think they're just going to sit back and let this one happen,
That's right.
I'm sorry, but you can't do that to a team like Jackson. You got to take it to them every round, every shot. You got to hit it hard.
You know, a lot of intense coaches say that when the dog's down, you can't let up. That's what's going to happen if the Chiefs let the Iron Women come back here, because 14 to
9, Jay. They're only down by 5. 5's not many points to make up in volleyball. You can get those pretty quick. We saw that here. Logan got a quick 14.
Nice block by Smith.
Oh, Smith comes through with the big one there to get the serve back for Logan.
Number 12 trying to put the spike over on that one. Katie says, hey, you got me earlier. It's payback time. She does the same, blocks it, and Logan retains the score. Game point here. Tiffany Ogg with the serve.
Oh, Tiffany got a bad piece of that ball. That one didn't even make it over the net. Oh, that's a tragedy to see there. Katie Smith back up for the spike. It's over. Jackson's to return it.
Ogg.
Smith is up again, and that one was blocked, but it's back. Smith there's a fine example.
There you go. That's what I said.
Sometimes you got to go with that easy shot.
That's right. Sometimes, you know, her mere size is an intimidation for the other players. The other players got to be thinking spike. They got to be thinking block. And if she can dink it over like that, I think she's going to have a lot more points on the net. Not that she doesn't have a lot right now. Not to take anything away from Katie Smith, because a fine player up front. And there you saw it. Used the dink, got the ball over. That serve's going to be long. Logan having a hard time getting this game point. Score now 9 serving 14. Logan still holds the lead, but if they can't put a lid on it, Jackson just might come back.
There's another point for Jackson, Chad. That makes it 14-10. Things are starting to look pretty grim here.
Momentum shift definitely coming here for the Jackson squad. And Coach Angle not too happy about it. Katie Smith tries to get the block over, gets a block, and a nice save by Smith. She came off the net off that attempted spike and came back for her own block.
That one's in. That was a good call, but it seemed to hurt the Jackson player. You saw her flinch there a little bit. She was holding her hand. I don't know what she did.
I don't know. I think she was just excited and glad that that ball came in bounds. 11 serving 14.
This match is really beginning to tighten up now. Logan's going to have to try to put this one away the first chance they get, or else I think I'm going to have to be seeing some 16-point games or some 18-point games, because you got to win by 2. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there on the behalf of Logan.
There's no excuse in that. This point in the ball game, this point in the season, you got to be calling those balls out and making a play for them. You can't let the ball drop right in front of you.
Yeah, you can't expect your teammates to do everything for you.
Nice knockover there by Smith, using a little bit of strategy you don't see every day in the game of volleyball. And
I think
that
they ruled
ball,
that one hit the fingertips of Smith and went out of bounds. They're going to call that one a Jackson point. That's going to make it 14-13, Jack. One more point by Jackson, and we're going to have to go for a little bit extra time here.
we're going to have a tie ball game. No, we don't.
That one's out of bounds.
That serve goes out. Logan can still win it here.
Here's their chance.
And Katie Smith with the serve. But Jackson's going to get another chance. That serve's long.
Logan's going to have to stop them here unless they want to go for more. It's not a good thing to do against a team like Jackson. Like we were saying earlier, they're a powerful team. You can never rule them out. Even down 14-8, you can't rule them out.
Collins. Double hit. Double hit roll against Jackson. She's not happy about that call, but Logan's going to get their chance to wrap it up here. Game point, Zip Lutz on the line.
Oh, there's the game point.
There it happens, and it's unfortunate that they won the game on a mishit by the Jackson squad, but it's better than not winning the game at all. A legal hit called against the Jackson player, and Logan gets the win in the first set game. What do you call him, Shad?
I think we call it a game.
First game of the match.
First game of the match. First game in the 3-game set of the match. You know what I mean. Post-game interview is going to be coming up right after our game time. And I want to remind you that coming up a week from Friday on the Hilltop, we're going to have homecoming. That's right, homecoming queen semifinalists, the 12 semifinalists here, Cindy Funk, Angie Gardner, Wendy Johnson, Heather Keller, Tina Lindsay, Kim Mercer, Kim Tompkins, Stacy Thomas, Amy Tharp, Jenny Runge, Jenny Pitts, and
Who's on top? Julie Miller.
Julie Miller. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite read that one. Have a little fuzzy monitor down here by me, but that's all right. Julie Miller being the other semifinalist, and good luck to those girls as they're vying for homecoming queen of 1989. Going to take a little bit of break action. I think there's a 3-minute intermission between the sets of games. Shad, what do you predict to see in this game as the teams change sides?
I think this game is going to be a little bit tighter from the beginning than the last one. Jackson was a little slow to pick up, but they came on strong at the end. I think this one's going to be more like that one all the way through. You're going to see possibly a higher scoring game going to 16-14, maybe 18-7 or 18-16. Excuse me. Like I was saying before, you got to win by 2 points here, and if it's close like that all the way through, I'm afraid that's what Logan's going to have to do. I'm sure they've got the mental advantage knowing that they've won the first game of this match.
That's true, Shad, but also Jackson, they're not going to be feeling too down, coming back from a 14 to, I believe at one point, 14-5 deficit, and they came back, gained 8 points to bring it as close as 14-13 before the Chiefs put the final kill on them and got the game point there. I think you're going to see a lot of hard hitting in this coming up game and a lot of play on the net. I think the net's going to be a big part of this, and we're just going to have to wait and see. I have about 40 seconds before the second game gets underway. The Chieftains ready to break from their huddle. Jackson's coach still having a little bit of conference with their players, but it's going to be a good game. Like I said before, Jackson being one of the tougher squads, have a great volleyball program down there in Jackson, and if Logan can come up with a win here, they're going to have a big chance at winning the SEOAL this year. Currently, Logan stands at 4-1, going for their 5th win tonight. All they have to do is win 1 out of 2 to do it. And we're going to see. Joe Schrader serving for the Chieftains. That ball going long, and Jackson has the serve. Powerful serve by Jackson. Ziplu's trying to get under that one now. Makes a dive at it, but to no avail. Jackson leads 1-0. Starting off the second game of the 3-game set here at the Hilltop. We're live at the Hilltop. I'm Jake Holston along with Shad Mace. Chieftains won the first game. We're going for number 2, but Jackson comes up with the early lead. 2-0 the score. Tara Lutz, Joe Schrader setting that one up for Collins, but she is out of bounds.
I think we'll see more of that this round too, Jay. A lot more volleying back and forth where it takes more time between each volley before an opponent scores. We'll see a lot of long, hard play. Good shot by Christi Collins, just nicks the net, gets over where there would be no Jackson players able to get to it. That one dropped in. Logan's going to take over the serve for the first time this game. See what they could do with it. And down by Collins. 3 points.
Smith. Powerful
Good
shot by
Smith.
Powerful shot over the net. Jackson unable to get a piece of that one. Lift.
Yeah, Jay, that was a carry call there. Good eye, Jay.
2 serving 3. Logan trailing by 1 early in the second game. Of course, they won the first one. There you see it. Jackson was waiting for that spike to come over by Smith. They got the block there and got back the serve.
Again, that was number 12, Rimple for Jackson up on that block. She's been a lot of blocks tonight. I think we're going to see her and Katie facing off there up in the front line. It's a set by Schrader. Smith's up for that one and just dinks it over the head of Rimple. Oh, she couldn't make that one over the net, Jay. Logan will take over the serve on this one.
You know, Rimple, number 12 for Jackson, she's been a powerful member of this team, especially in the first game, and here getting a little bit carried away, didn't even get that one over the net. That one's out of bounds. Jackson getting back to serve. Score stuck at 3 serving 2, Jackson with the lead. It's been that way for about 3 or 4 serves now. Smith to the back row. Logan's going to take over on the serve. As the rotation comes around, it's time for Courtney Snipes. Take her turn at the serving spot.
That'll be a lift called against Courtney Snipes. That one just barely making it over the net. She tried to get under it, but couldn't get her hands together in time and had a lift called on her.
That was a rough shot to make. Ripple serving for the Iron Women.
Good saving there by Logan. When that one just came over the net, they got underneath it. And that'll be a carry called against Jackson. I'm not sure which player that was. They hit that one. The ref called that one on them when they were trying to make the set.
I believe that was number 2, Arnold, with the lift. Katie Smith, you don't see that very often. Katie Smith loses the serve for Logan.
What I'm afraid, Jay, is this one's going to start to turn out like the new Lex match. Logan started to lose that serving edge. They had it off pretty good in the first match. They were getting a lot of serves in.
That's all right. Jackson returned the favor. And that ball goes out of bounds. There we break that 2-3 scoring lock, and Logan ties it up. 3 serving 3. Tara Lutz. That one's going to be out of bounds, hitting the white wall here at the Hilltop. Tara Lutz keeps the serve. 4 serving 3 now, the score. And that's going to be out of bounds. 5 serving 3. Logan really taking over right now in the scoring department. Jackson wants to talk about it. We got a timeout here at the Hilltop. We're live. I'm Jake Colson along with Shad Mace and the Chieftains. Chieftanettes, I should say, coming back to score 3 unreturned points to the Jackson squad. 1 minute timeout. And let's talk about it, Shad. What did you see the big turnaround here? I think it was Zip Lutz in the back row serving for the Chieftanettes. She really sparked the...
Yeah, she started out with the good spikes and the good serves. Logan didn't have those serves really off in this game like they did in the last one. That's what they'll need to keep it up for the rest of this game, to keep up the good serves, the good returns.
And to win.
Katie Smith can come through with a few more spikes, maybe some dinks for Logan. That'll be doing pretty good up front.
Like we said, and predicted before this game, going to be a lot of upfront play. It's going to be the key to having the Chieftanettes come up with a victory here.
There was an example of the serves, Jed. That one went out of bounds. They can't let that happen too much, because this Jackson team's going to take every opportunity you give them to score.
Katie Smith. Collins up in the front row. And that one came back real quick to the Logan side. Joe Schrader trying to make a play on that ball. Didn't quite get there in time. And now Jackson, 4-5 the score. And Scott, she's not happy about that one. That one hit the top of the net and didn't quite make it over. So we see Joe Schrader is going to be serving the ball for the Chieftanettes. Nice serve it is to the back row. And they bump it over.
Schrader's another one of those starting sophomores. You don't see too many of those in high school sports, Jay. Sophomore comes out starting strong like this, starting for the first team, doing as good a job as Schrader is.
Well, I think that just goes to show what a strong program Logan has here on the Hilltop as far as the volleyball goes. That serve going out. It's going to be 4 serving 6. Logan scored on that Christi Collins spike just a few seconds ago. Now Jackson's going to take over in the serving department, but not for long as they hit that one out of bounds. Logan holding the edge here on points for this game. Also holding the edge, leading 1-0 here in the Hilltop live. Tara Lutz. Smith for the spike, but that one doesn't go. I didn't expect this coming into the game. I thought we'd get a lot of quick points up to the board, and it seems like we're at a stalemate here in the single-digit numbers. Nice ace.
Again, a little bit of miscommunication on the part of Logan. We saw that earlier in the first game. That's not a good thing to see.
Well, when you're serving the ball like number 2, Arnold is for Jackson, you got to look for that open spot. I mean, that just a little bit more that the players have to think about.
There's Rimple again, number 12 for Jackson with that powerful spike. She's been a key figure up front.
Brandy Rimple's been a big player for this Jackson squad.
That serve goes into the net.
I think that's been one of Jackson's downfalls so far tonight anyway. One of the reasons they're giving Logan some, maybe, should I say, undeserved opportunities to score is when they hit the ball into the net like that, and you can't have that. And there you see a very deserved score by Smith for the Chieftains. Found the open spot, hit it right over the net.
I think Katie's come to realize that spike's not going to work every time against a front line like Jackson has.
Well, when they have Rimple up there, number 12 for the Iron Women, you know, you're not going to be getting much by her when she's on the front row.
Nope.
She's a big girl.
That dink's going to be more of an effective play, I feel, here tonight. Jackson has a strong front line, not only with Rimple, but with number 6, Reese. Two very tall girls, should I say. They're not exactly tall, but they have the height as far as this team's concerned. They get a good vertical leap there to stop some of those spikes coming over.
There you saw the classic confrontation, Rimple from Jackson versus Smith from Logan. And Rimple able to hit the ball over on Logan's side, but doesn't get the point. However, that one went out of bounds. Snipes with the serve.
Powerful serve by Snipes, but Jackson was able to return that one. I think they're going to call a carry there on Courtney Snipes. Jackson's going to get the serve on this one. Rimple's back in the backcourt now to serve. I think Logan likes to see that one a little bit more than they like to see her up front. She's quick to get back up there, though. Rimple doesn't like to stay in that backfield too long.
Nice spike to the backcourt for Smith. And Smith's going to say, hey, I got that point. Give me the ball. I'm serving now. Logan leads 7-6 at the Hilltop. Smith to serve.
Yeah, this game's going to be close all the way through, I think.
Well, like we called it.
Unless something unforeseen happens and there's a serious break in the scoring here, it's going to be close all the way up to the end. And an excellent shot by Christi Collins.
Christi Collins, another reason you see why she leads the team in spikes, 81.7% average. And she has 60 spikes into the season. Before this game, she's had, you know, at least 4 or 5 that I can remember just off the top of my head, maybe even more. Who knows? Smith in the back, serving for the Chieftains. She puts a powerful serve up, but that one's going to be a little bit too powerful. Hits the back line there. And number 51, a substitution. Coming in for Jackson, 51.
They pulled out number 00 hard on that play. That one's rolled out of bounds, and Jackson will get the point. They're trying to keep this one tight. Jackson falling behind 7-8, but they've got the serve going for them.
Collins sets the ball up there, and we got a serious volley going on here at the Hilltop. But number 6, Reese,
comes through with a good shot, had nice placement, and a nice hard spike carrying that one down. She knew where to put it and how hard to do it.
Enough of that volley action. I wanted to see some points on the board, and there she does. Ties it up now. Jackson, 8, serving to Logan, also with 8. We're in game 2 here at the Hilltop. Logan escaped with a victory in the first game, 15-13. Going for victory number 2 here, which would wrap up the set for him.
Good shot by Tiffany Ogg, gets that one over it. Hits the arm of a Jackson player. She tried to slow that one down, but there was just no stopping that one, Jay. She hit that one, and that went out.
Make a little bit of substitution out. Number 51, Snoothossen, is coming out.
They're putting 00 Hart back in. I think they just put Snoethausen in for the serves, just like Logan does with Tara Lutz. Oh, and that's disappointing. To put Tara Lutz in for a serve and have her put it into the net, that's gotta hurt.
One of the most reliable servers on the Logan team, Tara Lutz.
Oh, Og had trouble getting that one over. She tried to set it over, just sneak it in past the Jackson front line, and that one caught the net.
You know, that net's always there. You got to get the ball over the net.
Jackson jumps out to the first lead of the game here. First lead of the night, actually, 9-8. I'll make that 10-8. They got another one. Courtney Snipes hit that one out of bounds. This isn't the kind of thing you like to see here in the second game. Jackson goes into the double digits for the first time in this game. Logan still caught at 8.
Like we said, classic confrontation here on the hilltop. The volleyball team from Logan versus the volleyball team from Jackson. Logan coming up with a very strong program in the recent years. Jackson, as long as I can remember, has always had a strong volleyball program. Logan trying to take that away from him, and Jackson's not going to lay it down on a platter for him. They're going to have to fight for this one, trailing 8-10. But with the serve, Logan's going to have some action here. Nice placement there over the net by Snipes, but Jackson was there to take it from Collins.
There's number 6, Reese, with the spike for Jackson. We talked to her earlier. Logan couldn't carry that one out. They hit that one a couple times and it went out of bounds. Nothing Christi Collins could do to save that one.
That's rough. They made some brilliant play on the ball there just to get that powerful ball to even stay in play, and then to have it go out of bounds on you like that.
Oh, that's one of those close to the net. Joe Schrader really didn't know what to do. She tried to get under it and wait to see whether it was going to stay on her side, and unfortunately it did, and she really wasn't prepared for it. It hit the net and came down into her. Jackson with a 3-point lead now in this game, leading 11-8. It's not a good thing to see, being down that so far down from 15. Logan's got to come up with 7 good points here. Hold Jackson under 14.
There you saw an illegal hit. That's going to be a lift on number 6 on the Jackson squad. Reese coming up with that one. She's been a big player tonight, but unable to punch it over to the other side on that hit. Collins with the serve. They said, hey, I'm Rimple. Let me take care of that one, and that she does.
Yeah, she's been a monster on the line for Jackson tonight, coming through with many, many spikes. That one was... There was no stopping that one. That one came in good and hard. There wasn't really a Logan player around to get underneath that one.
You know, even if there would have been one there, the velocity of that ball is traveling, it would have been hard to get under that. You got to give Rimple some credit here. She's a good player.
Good attempt there by Jenny McAllister to save that one, but when she saved it, it went over the net and out of bounds. I think we're going to see a timeout here by Logan.
There you see it.
Coach Engel doesn't like what she sees. Logan falling down by 4 points, 12-8. It's not a good thing to see here in the second game.
I want to remind you, tomorrow night on the Hilltop, 7 o'clock, you can see the Chieftain Report live from the Hilltop, and coming up right after the Chieftain Report, right around the time of 7:30, you're going to see a replay of last Friday night's Logan football game. That's right, Logan football versus Washington Courthouse. The replay of that one is also coming up tomorrow night, so a lot of action coming up in the following days right here on LHS TV2. School back in swing. LHS TV2 also back in swing. Jackson going to take over the serve, leading 12-8. Chieftains having a little bit of struggle here in the second game. They're going to have to bounce back from this one, and hopefully this put the Jackson Iron women away in the second game so that they can come up with a victory here on the Hilltop. Net, and that's going to give Chieftains a chance to do it.
Aaron Mahaffey back to serve for the Chieftains now. Looks like a substitution. They're going to bring Dawn Massey in for Aaron Mahaffey and let Massey do the serving. She's one of the better servers for Logan. She's got a 75% serve mark. It's a pretty high tally so far.
That's very respectable.
Net called on Katie Smith there.
Logan.
I don't think it would have mattered even if she would have hit the net, because as hard as that spike was coming down, there was nothing anyone could do about that one.
That's right on the money there, Shad.
Rimple again for Jackson, makes the block on Katie Smith. She's been doing that all night.
That makes the score 13-8. Chieftainets gonna have to bounce back here and quick. 15's the game score, of course, and Logan having its troubles. Katie Smith.
That one was called in.
Nice shot by Smith. Logan gonna do a little bit of rotating action. Courtney Snipes checking back into the game, I believe, for, that's right, Jenny McAllister checking out. She's gonna take a breather, and Snipes is gonna do the serving honors for the Chieftainets.
That serve was a little bit out of bounds. It wasn't actually long, but wide on that one. That's something you don't see much on serves, is a wide serve.
A little bit out of bounds, a lot out of bounds. It doesn't matter. It still counts the same. Jackson takes over on the serving end of this matchup.
They call that a carry on Katie Smith. I thought it was a good play to get it over the net, but they'll say she carried it.
Well, you can see that is crucial when you're playing up on the net and as powerful as this. Now, game point here for Jackson. Don Massey gets the set up. And we're gonna have a carry on Logan.
That'll be the game for Jackson. They win that one 15-8. We're gonna go for the tiebreaker here. The final game. The winner of this one will decide it all.
That's right, Shad, and it's gotta be emotionally tough for the Chieftainets. It's going to be emotionally tough for the Chieftainets when they come out with such a big win in the first game, and then in the second game fall 15-8. Now they're going to have to do a little bit of talking on the sidelines here and try to get their game together, because it's all even right now. Chieftainets had the advantage going into the second game, but that's all over with now. Whoever wins this last game is going to be the champion of this confrontation, and is going to have a big edge when it comes into deciding the crown of the SEOAL for this season.
I think this break's going to help Logan a little bit, Jay. They started to lose their composure there at the end of that game. You could see it in some of their faces. The frustration was really starting to set in. Maybe with the switch of the sides here, it'll help a lot. It seems to be whoever's on this left side's been winning the game. If Logan can keep that going and win this left side, then they'll be doing pretty good.
Well, call it coincidence, call it fate. I don't know, but that left side sure looks mighty sweet to me, Shad.
Yeah. This right side sort of seems like the Bermuda Triangle of the volleyball nets here.
That's right. You know, maybe the lighting's better. Who knows?
Seems like all the balls are going down on this side and not coming back.
Pretty good crowd here on the hilltop.
Yeah, Jay, this is one of the bigger crowds I've seen all year. They really like to pack it in for these volleyball games. They show some real fan support here for their team, because they know that their team has a real chance, a real opportunity to win the league title.
That's right, and it's always good to see Logan supporting its athletic teams, and here's a prime example of that. It's all tied up as far as game goes. Logan winning the first one 15-13, Jackson winning the second one 15-8. And this is what it all comes down to. Game number 3. You like to see games come down to the wire. Hopefully coming down on the Logan Chieftainets end of the wire. We're gonna have to wait and see. Before this game gets back underway and we get carried away with our volleyball commentation, and we want to give a big thanks to all the personnel here at LHS TV2 for giving up their time and bringing you this game at home. Now the camera personnel for tonight's game doing a fine job, and glad to have them here, as well as our graphics engineer back in the studio. So here we're ready to get the play back underway. Jackson is going to be doing the serving honors to start the game. Logan receiving. And this is what it all comes down to. The last game of tonight's set, all tied up 1-1 as far as games go. And this is what it all comes down to. Katie Smith. And we have a lift called. A lift is called on Joe Schrader. Had a hard time with that one. Number 4, Scott. No, I take that back. That was number 8. Reese for the Iron Women. Christi Collins back in the back row with that one. That's a powerful spike. That was Rimple. She's powerful there.
They're going to have to do something to shut her down tonight. I don't know, Jay. Get some more height up front, maybe get some more jumping ability. I don't know, but they're going to have to block some of those serves from coming over.
That's right. This isn't how you'd like to see this third game getting underway. Jackson leading 2-0 already on the Chieftainets. Nice job there by Collins. He just stuffed that one right in the face of the Jackson opponent. But to no avail. She was called out of bounds on that one. It seems that as she was pushing, blocking the ball over, that she hit the out-of-bounds stick there. That's our call from the referee, and that's the way it's going to stand. Jackson retains its serve. With 3-0 the score here so far at the beginning of the third game. Jackson shutting out the Chieftainets of Logan. Aaron Mahaffey with a nice bump over the net for the Chieftainets.
They're going to call that carry on Rimple. They say she just carried that one over the net. I think she would have been better off to continue with her spikes.
Well,
but that's what we like to see. We don't like to see Jackson get too many points against Logan. And there's that serve again, Jay. Like I was mentioning earlier, Logan's going to have to keep their serving ability up. If they keep serving them into the net, they're not going to get anywhere that way.
Well, to score, you got to get the ball over the net, Shad. I believe that I mentioned that earlier, especially on the serve. I mean, you're not, you can play good defense, and that's great, and that's going to help your game out, but you're not going to put points on the board by doing it. Jackson, 4 serving 0. Chieftainets putting themselves in a hole early in this third game, and it's not the way you'd like to see it. Double 0, Hart. For Jackson, unable to get that ball over. Christi with the serve. Nice serve by Collins.
Back to Rimple's good hard spike, but Christi was there waiting for her this time. I think Christi Collins is starting to catch on to Rimple's game. She's going to be waiting for those spikes a little more often now.
And just in the nick of time.
Katie Smith comes up with one that lands there. That'll be good for Logan. They'll get the point on that one.
That's going to put Logan on the scoreboard finally in this third game. 1 serving 4, and that just might be the kind of thing Logan needs to boost them over and get their playing underway. Looks like they're ready to play ball.
Joe Schrader with the set to Katie Smith. Smith puts that one right over to Rimple, but Rimple sends it back to her, and there's some kind of a net violation call on Katie Smith. The ball go to Jackson. I didn't see that one either, Jay. I saw Rimple hit the ball back down to Smith, and Smith hit it back over, but I don't see what kind of net violation that one was.
Well,
Smith comes back hard next time with another spike. She gets that one in. They can't hold her back from that one.
Aaron Mahaffey serving for the Chieftainets. See what she can do with it. Nice setup error by Mahaffey, getting that ball back into play. Smith hits it over. Lift, number 2, excuse me, Arnold for Jackson.
That serve didn't, it looked like it wasn't quite going to make it over, but fortunately for Logan, it did. See if they can make something of this volley. Now, good save by Katie Smith, just getting underneath that one. Rimple thought she was going to trick her and put a dink in. Out of bounds, called on that spike by Rimple. Logan gets another point. They're pulling a little closer now, making it 3-4.
Logan got a big break there. Right now, coming back up with 3 unanswered points by the Jackson squad. Logan's really got to feel the momentum coming their way. And good timing on that one, coming up Didn't want to see that lead get any bigger there for Jackson in the beginning. Nice dink over by Smith, but number 3 was there for the Jackson squad. Jones to put it back. And that one's going into the crowd section. Number 4, Scott, for the Iron Women. She had a hold of that one, but not at the right angle. That one went over, and Chieftainets tied up with that one. 4 serving 4 is the score. All tied up.
Well, Jay, Aaron Mahaffey was good for the 4 to tie it back up. She couldn't come through with another one so that Logan could take the lead. Rimple's back in the backfield now for Jackson to get the serve over. I'm sure she'll be up on the net real quick. They're going to call that a lift on Joe Schrader. She was trying to get the set, and they called it a lift. Jackson jumps back onto a lead, 5-4.
Crowd going wild here on the hilltop with anticipation of how this game's going to end up. Smith puts it over for the Chieftainets.
That one will be out of bounds and coming right for us, Jay. Good save there by Craig Nixon.
Craig Nixon throwing the ball back into play so we can get this game on, keep on rolling. Courtney Snipes, she saw that ball. She said, you know, it's going out. I can hit it over, but I don't need to. And now she takes the serve.
Powerful serve by Snipes.
Setting that up for Smith. And there she kind of gets it over the head of the blockies. Sets it back up.
They're going to call that a court interference rule against Jackson.
That's right. That's they call him page 3 of the volleyball handout, but very important rule and not to be overlooked. And there it wasn't by referee Julie Bell, making a good call there from the Crow's Nest.
Number 6, Reese tried to make the block for Jackson, but on that block, she just happened to knock it out of bounds, and Logan will get the point there. Logan will jump out to their first lead of this game, 6-5. Courtney Snipes serving. Snipes, a very, very powerful serve. One of the better servers for the Logan squad. Oh, that was the 4th hit on the Logan side there. Katie Smith was trying to save it, but she just came through with one too many hits.
Jackson's going to get a chance to tie it back up. 5 serving 6. Jackson and number 51 checks back into the game, Snoothausen. Nice, powerful put down by Smith. Said, get that one out of my face. I'm putting that one down on the pavement. And there she brings back the serving to Logan. Katie's going to take it herself in the serving department. Puts that nice one over.
A little too much info on that one, Jay. It was out. And Logan will get another point. This is what we like to see. Logan starting to widen that point spread in their advantage.
7-5. 7-5 is the score. Logan with the advantage. Katie Smith with the serve. And here we have it. Katie Smith, number 14, the brilliant sophomore for the Chieftainets. Makes a nice ace there as Jackson unable to get it out. And Jackson wants to talk about it. Timeout by the Jackson coach. Well,
yeah, Jay, Logan's starting to come through with those serves, which I spoke of earlier. The more of those they can land, the more points they'll be getting, the better they'll be off in this game.
Yeah.
That's right, and there again, I want to remind you that if you're enjoying the volleyball coverage tonight, well, we're going to be off tomorrow night with the Chieftain Report, but volleyball action is going to resume on Thursday, live against Athens. Tune in again at 6:30 for Thursday for all the Chieftainette varsity volleyball action as they take on the Bulldogs from Athens, the Lady Bulldogs for Athens, and it's going to be a matchup. That's right here at the Hilltop. You can see it live right here on TV2. Logan trying to improve their record to 5-1, trying to put Jackson away now in the 3rd game. All tied up game-wise, but not score-wise, as Logan leads 8-5 in this one.
Good over by Tara Lutz. She's not one of the more powerful front players, but she's one of the more dependable.
That's right. She has a placement on the ball. That's what keeps her in there. Smith sets it up. Collins.
Good save by Collins. She hit the spike that went over.
And nice play by Joe Schrader. Joe put it back over the defensive
Schrader
players.
came through with a dink. I think they're going to call her for going back under the net, Jay. She hit that dink over, and when she did, she came down underneath the net on the Jackson side, and that's a penalty. They're going to.
That's got to be a rough call. I mean, they weren't on top of that one by any means. We waited a few seconds here before the call came to, and that's got to be rough, you know.
Yeah,
Logan
that was a little bit of a shoddy call. I think
lift
so
there.
myself.
But we don't call them. We're down here on the floor. Of course,
Jackson puts that serve into the net, and Logan will have their opportunity to take it back to him. Tara Lutz in the backfield. This is what Logan likes to see.
Tara
She's
on the
one of their
serve.
bigger servers.
Ah, there she catches the lip of the net.
That's a heartbreaker. You don't see that too often out of Tara. That one barely caught the net. I think she was trying to fool the Jackson squad on that one, Jay, and just barely knock it over. She just didn't quite have enough on it.
Well, a lot of being a good server is placement on the ball, and sometimes you got to go try to get it close to the net. It's not just getting the ball over the net every time to be a good server.
There's that powerful Rimple up front again for Jackson. She's come through with a good one there. She's going to be a key part in Get Jackson's game tonight. She has been all the way through, and she will be to the end. Jackson now starting to pull a little closer, 6-8. Logan
Nice
with the
save
lead.
there by Schrader, who got that ball back in bounds so Logan could put it back over the net. Lutz, Snipes is going to set it up to Collins. He gets it blocked.
Rimple again. She's been a monster in the front line for Jackson.
I think Logan's got to discover that that spike shot is just not going to be there with Rimple up on the front line. Nice shot by Smith, but to no avail because that one went out of bounds. And Jackson tied it up there. 8 serving 8. Halfway through this third game. Nice dink over by.
No, they're going to call Snipes for the lift on that one, Jay. I didn't see it myself, but they're going to call her on it. I guess that's why we're out here and the referees are up there.
Well put, Shad, but there they make the call. Jackson leads 9-8.
Katie Smith getting under that serve.
Schrader, nice over by her. A legal hit on Jackson. Caught her with a lift on that one. Schrader is going to have a chance to score. Don Massey is coming in.
They're going to step out Aaron Mahaffey, give her another water break, and let Don Massey come in. I think Massey's got the height advantage over Mahaffey on the front line. She's got a little better of a vertical leap.
I think you're right in that respect there, Shad.
That one's going to be rolled out of bounds. Schrader had a little too much on that one. She knocked it out.
That was close. That was a close call. Smith up to Schrader. That's Rimple. Nice put over there by Snipes, and Logan is going to get the point on that one. Pull away from that 8-8 deadlock. Now Collins has the serve. And a nice serve it was. Unable to get a return on that one. Number 6, Reese.
There's Rimple again, another fine example of why they like to have her up front. Logan's going to have to do something to keep the ball away from her tonight.
She tied it back up with that one. 9-9 is the score. Number 3, Jones serving.
They're going to call that one in. I don't think Logan liked it. Logan thought it was going to go out, but it stayed in, and that puts Jackson up 10-9.
Misjudgment in the backcourt by Logan, and causes them a point. Maxie pushed that one over. Massey's a good player to have up there front. Smith. Set up to Smith. Not a great set, but she got it over anyway.
I think Smith has come to realize she's not going to be able to go for that spike every time. She's going to have to go with a little bit of the overs.
There we have a little bit of discrepancy on the court. You see Jackson's coach jumping up there and trying to make the calls, but the women in the stripes say, listen, buddy, sit down. I got the call here. I'm right there on the line, and that one was fingertips calling Jackson. Logan gets the point, and it's their turn to try to tie it up. 9 serving 10. Jackson with the lead. Massey on the scoring line, or on the serving line, I should say, and also on the scoring line because that one goes out of bounds by Jackson. Logan ties it up 10-10. It's a tight contest here on the hilltop, Shad.
It's going to be tight all the way through the end of this one, Jay. Hopefully we can see a big break coming through for Logan now with Dawn Massey serving in the backcourt.
More than a game on line here. This is the league championship, and I think both teams know it. Unfortunate break there for Massey, who misjudges her serve and doesn't get it. Nice put over by Collins. That one, back to Collins, is going to go out of bounds. Jackson gets the point. 11 serving 10 is the score on the hilltop. You're seeing this live. Jackson with the lead, 11-10 at the hilltop. Set up to Smith. Nice dink by Smith. And that's what we said earlier. With Rimple up there on front, you can't be looking for the kill every time. You got to dink it over her head when she goes up for the block, and that's what she did. Very smart, intelligent play by Smith. Not only is she an athlete, she's also a scholar, I might add. A very high grade point average for Smith, and there she used a little bit of that brain power to say, I'll put that one over the head. I don't need to kill it every time. I have enough faith in my play to say, I'll just go for placement. And
again, Jackson brings in number 51, Snoothouse, and to make the serves for him. She's their key server. They move out 0-0 Hart and put her in.
Massey gets it up front so we can try to set that one up for a spike. Didn't work out that way, but still the same.
Oh, Christi Collins tried to make the save on that one. She just couldn't get under it in time, Jay.
That's right. Jackson has the lead, 12-10, as you see on your monitors at home. LHS TV2 Sports presents Chieftain Volleyball, and you're seeing some fine action tonight.
That one couldn't make it over. It was 4 hits for Jackson. Now's Logan's chance. Katie Smith in the backcourt to make the serves. They can come through with some big points here.
10 serving 12 at this crucial point late in the ball game. You got to get some points on the board. Smith on the serving line, waiting for the call for the referee to...
There's another player change for Jackson again. They took Snoothausen out and brought Hart back in. Good placement by Collins, but Jackson will be returning that one. Oh, that was a tough spike by Reese, but Massey got under it for Logan, got it back over to the other side.
Oh, just out of bounds, and you see some of the reason why Tara Lutz is such a leader on this team, diving for that ball and getting it over. Of course, it was to no avail because they went out of bounds, but still the same. You got to give her credit for the effort. These girls start practicing early in the summer, and you can see some of the results of that fine volleyball program going on here on the hilltop. Debbie Engel, she wants to talk about it. She doesn't know how fine it's looking right now. Jackson in the third game. This is for the who's coming out the winner tonight. Jackson leading 13-10. 2 more points, this game could be history. These 1-minute timeouts. What do you have to say about the end of this game here, Shad? What do you think Logan needs to do to put themselves in the victory spot?
They're going to have to dominate more of their serves, Jay. They're starting to get them over, but once they get them over, they got to do something with them. Jackson hasn't been letting up. They've been relentless, getting the sets up, the bumps up, the spikes. They've been playing good hard ball, and Logan's going to have to return some of that ball.
I got to agree with you there. And in order for Logan to put some points on the board, first of all, they're going to have to get the serve back from Jackson. Then they're going to have to get some strong serves and really put some points on the board, because here with We're talking
13 to 10.
We're talking two points here, and this game could be history. And I'd hate to see that happen for the Chieftains, who came out so strong in the first game. To lose this matchup here in the hilltop, let's hope it doesn't happen. Smith puts it over. Jackson taking its time to set up and try to get good shots here. There's no need for the easy point. They just want to make a good one. Nice save there by Collins. She went up for the kill, didn't get it. Ball came back at her, and she still made the hit. So another player could put the ball over for the Chieftains. Here you see Collins.
Excellent play by Collins. That one just made it over the net, and she put it right back to him.
You know, if one player could be out there, if every player could be out there with as much hustle as Christi Collins, this Chieftain team would go all the way, because there she saw her.
I don't think we'd see a close game all season if everyone had as much hustle on them as Collins has. She's an asset to this team. They're going to call a lift there on Courtney Snipes, trying to get the set.
Late call. Jackson wins back the serve. Smith puts it over for the Chieftains. A little bit of miscommunication there on the side of the Jackson Iron ladies, but they still got it over. Nothing but power there.
I think that was a bad choice of calls on behalf of Katie Smith. I think that ball would have been out of bounds whether she touched it or not.
I don't know. It's hard to tell being down here on the ground level as we are as to where the balls are going in and out. But I must admit that ball was coming pretty strong towards the out. But, you know, Katie Smith using her fine judgment, probably a lot better than ours.
Yeah, I think she made
a volleyball.
She probably made the better of the call being up there, being more experienced than myself.
Game point here.
They're going to call a net roll on that one, and Logan has their big chance now. If they can keep the serve going here and get some points, get back in this game, they're going to need 4 of them, Jay. They're going to have to tie this game up to stay in it.
That's right, they are. And here we have a substitution. They want to put Schrader back in to serve for Logan. Schrader, they want her to be the key to put Logan back into contest for this last game. And here's her chance. Snipes puts that one over for Logan. Ripple, but nice block up front. I think that was Massey and Collins combining on that block. Nice job.
Again, that court roll takes effect on the positive side for Logan. Jackson shot that one up in the air, hit the ceiling, came right back down with the rocket, and that'll be a point for Logan.
Emotional point there for the Chieftains, who finally broke out of that 10-point deadlock, which seemed there for quite some time. Nice dink over by Schrader. And that ball goes out. Logan pulling closer to the victory. 12 serving 14.
Logan's going to need at least 2 more here, Jay, to tie it up. I think we're going to see the timeout here by the Jackson coach. He doesn't like what he sees. He doesn't want this run to happen any more than Logan or the Jackson players do.
Jackson coach, a very, very smart man. He's been building that Jackson program from the young seedling that it was a few years ago to a very respectable team in the state right now. Jackson, a very, very crucial point in the ball game here. We're defending against Logan serves, trying to put 1 more point on the board. Jackson could come up with the win, but you know, as we say, and as it stands right now, 4 more points for the Chieftains will do the same for them. So we got to wait and see what happens.
Logan's got the serve on their side going into this one, Jay.
Joe Schrader. 87.8 serving average. Joe Schrader for the Chieftains. A little bit of pressure on Joe, but I think she can handle it. Young sophomore, or junior, I should say.
There's Rimple again for Jackson. She put that one down. There was no denying her on that one. Jackson will take possession over.
Jackson's going to have their opportunity to put this one over the top. Rimple with the serve. Nice.
Up.
Shot. Nice shot.
They're going to call that a double hit on number 6, Reese from Jackson. She hit that ball twice. Not allowed to do that.
Collins is going to be serving the ball. A lot of emotion and concentration in her face. She puts that one over for the Chieftainette.
Oh, it's going to go out of bounds. Tough break for double C, Christi Collins.
It's got to be rough this point, late in the game. Crucial contest on the line. You're up there on the serving line. Motion's got to get to you a little bit.
There's the kind of play we're going to need from Katie Smith in this game.
We're in
Not
a deadlock
so much the
here.
spike, but the dink.
Jackson stuck at 14. Logan trying to come from behind. Exciting matchup here on the hilltop. Logan won the first game. Recapping what's gone on so far. Logan won the first game 15-13. Jackson bounces back the second game 15-8. And right now on the hilltop, 12 serving 14. Logan with the serve. Smith, nice dink over top. And oh, Smith, very important to notice her concentration there on the net. Not only able to get those powerful and crucial shots over in the first place.
There's a block by Katie Smith. It makes it 13-14, I believe, for Logan, Jay. That was what they needed, something like that up front to get the momentum going on their side.
As I said, not only the powerful shots, she has the smart shots, and there you saw it right there, putting the block over, just waiting for her chance, an opportunity. Put the point over for the Chieftainets. Katie Smith, very calm and collected player on the field. On the court, I should say. Erin Mahaffey with the serve. Smith puts it over the top. Collins.
Rimple going for the kill on that one, but Collins wasn't going to let her. Oh, excellent shot by Katie Smith. Ties this game up 14-14.
Ties it up, and I might add, the 1 point isn't going to do it for either team. It's going to put them at the 15 mark, but once you get there, you got to win by 2. Logan with its opportunity to get to the 15 mark first, and Jackson, you got to be really nervous.
You can see it in some of the Jackson players' eyes. They're starting to tense up.
Mahaffey, powerful serve. Got to put that one over from the backcourt, and Jackson does that very well. Set up to Smith.
Oh! I think Rimple caught on to her on that one. She knew Smith was going to dink it over, and she just waited for her to do it.
Well, what happened was the setup came a little bit too far, dangling right there over the net, and Rimple, seeing that Smith was going to make a play on the ball, set up the
They're
back.
going to call that point for Logan, Jay. I think Rimple went underneath the net, just as Schrader did earlier tonight.
Didn't see that call.
No, I didn't.
This is going to be game point when we come back. Jackson coach wants a timeout. Not sure what the call was, but as we said before, what seemed to be the call and what seems to be what's happening, the crowd's in an uproar here on the hilltop. They don't know what's going on, but
after Rimple made that block, it seems that she went under the net and onto the Logan side. You can't do that. Joe Schrader was called for that earlier.
12 hit the net.
Number 12, that's right. Number 12, Rimple. Hits the net, as Chad very so eloquently stated before. 12 hits the net for Jackson. Logan gets the point, 15-14. Got to win by 2. Logan with a chance to put this game in the scorebook. Let's hope it goes in the V column for Logan. As Mahaffey continues her serving. Done very well late in the game for the Chieftainets. Number 6, Erin Mahaffey, the sophomore.
You know, this is a real test for a sophomore like Mahaffey to come back being down by about 5 points, putting as many serves in as she has.
Katie Smith to the backcourt.
That one's going to be out of bounds. Jackson gets the serve. Oh, it's going to go all night, Jay. It's going to be a really close one.
We could be here until the wee hours of the morning, Shad. Rimple with the serve for Jackson. Jackson's got to make up 2 points here. Collins up front.
Oh, there's one of the points for Jackson. That one just squeaked over into dropped right in front of Courtney Snipes. Actually, she couldn't get to it in time.
15-15, we're at a tie here, and we're going into the overtime period. I guess we get a time and a half for this broadcast. I'm not quite sure, but we'll work it out later, I suppose.
Oh, poor shot on the behalf of Jackson player number 6, Reese. You usually don't see that out of Reese.
Reese has got to know that you got to get over the net if you want to spike. Didn't work out that way. Snipes.
Up, that serve went a little long on behalf of Snipes. Jackson's going to take over again. This will be 0-0 Hart. Usually what we've seen in the past, they'll bring Snoothausen in for Hart, but not this time, Jay.
Well, Snoothausen is a tough player in the serving column, but Jackson just thinks that Hart can get the job done, I suppose. Katie Smith playing that tough net strongly for the Chieftains. And a legal hit. Jackson is going to take the lead now, 16-15. It's going to be game point right here. Tragic loss for the Chieftains if they could come from behind and still to lose. But it's not happened yet, and let's hope it doesn't happen. They've been in this crucial situation, game point before.
Schrader saves the game, gets that one back over into play. I think right now Logan's not so much looking for the spike, they're just looking to keep the play in action, keep themselves alive in this game.
Nice toss over there by Schrader.
That one's going out of bounds, Jay. Logan's got their chance again. See what they can do with this one.
And Coach Engel wants to talk about it. She says, time out, girls, so have a seat because we're taking a breather here. We're not gonna blow this chance at another serve here. Logan trailing 15-16. Gotta win by 2. Logan meaning to win the game right here. They gotta put 3 points on the board. 3 unanswered points to the Jackson squad.
I'm sure that Logan's looking to win this one, Jay, but right now, more important, they want to get this 1 point to keep themselves alive, to tie it up. Being down by 1 this late in the game is not good because anytime Jackson comes up with another point, then you lose. I'm sure right now they're just keying on getting this next point.
A good point there, Shad. Game 3, it's all going down to the wire tonight. 15, serving 16, and as you see the Logan players break with the call of teamwork, it's what they're going to need to win this one, and that's what they've gotten so far. Serving for Logan, Katie Smith, that brilliant sophomore. Smith gets it up to Schrader, who's going to put that one over.
Logan will get that point, Jay. It's tied up again.
Reese really misjudged that one for the Jackson squad. And they're gonna make a replacement.
They're gonna bring in number 10, Bell, to replace number 4, Scott. It looks like Scott's getting pretty worn out in there. She's been playing hard tonight.
That's right, she has been.
Powerful serve by Smith, gets it deep into the backfield of Jackson. They have trouble getting that one back over. Christi Collins goes up. Excellent shot by Collins, drops that one right in front of Hart. Nothing she could do.
17-16 the score now. Logan with their chance for a victory. This one could put the Chieftains over the top. We've been here before.
Looks like the Jackson coach liked to put Scott right back in there. He can't afford to have her out. Hopefully now it's not going to matter too much. Katie Smith just wants to get this one over there. Logan wants to get this over with, I'm sure. Jackson having trouble again getting that one back over the net off the serve. Tara Lutz coming through, big play, wins it for Logan, 18-16.
Tara Lutz puts that one over, 18-16 the final score, and the Chieftains come up with the big crucial victory in SEOAL play, as I said before, and as we've been planning all along. We have a post-game interview coming up for you. I'm going to try to get a talk with Coach Deborah Engel of the Chieftains, and we're going to have a little talk with her. Of course, she's got to be happy with this big Chieftains win. Chieftains boosts the record up to 5-1 with their second win in the league. Logan now undefeated, 2-0 record in the league, 5-1 overall, and the Chieftains going to be taking on Athens coming up 2 days from now. We'll have that game for you coming up. Thursday, live right here on LHS TV2. Chad's going to keep you company while I try to go find Deborah Angle. And Chad?
Thank you, Jay. Logan had a tough one all night tonight with Jackson. They kept it going all the way to the end, 18-16 being the final score. Logan came off looking pretty good in the first game. They jumped to a quick 15-8 lead, and Jackson started to come back that game, got up to 13, and Logan said, no way, that's it, we're going to put you off right here. Jackson came back, though, the second game. Second game was a real upset. Jackson came back to jump early on Logan, get a quick lead, and beat him 15-8. Third game was the one that me and Jay predicted it would happen this way. It was tight the whole game, all the way through. It went like 4-0. Jackson thought they were going to jump off early, but Logan came back to tie him up 4-4, and the scoring was tight all the way through the game. But Logan finally prevailed at the end on top, 18-16. It was a good game to the end, and coming through at that final point for Logan was Tara Lutz. She was one of the more dependable players. She wasn't very tall up front, but she came through when they needed her. Not necessarily with the spike, but a good dink. Dropped it right in there. And I'd like to remind you that Saturday, September the 23rd at 10 a.m. we'll have the replay of the football game of Logan against Ironton. That'll be a good game to see. Ironton being one of the top-ranked teams in the state, Logan's going to come out and try to upset them, see if they can stop them. This Thursday coming up, me and Jay will be back. Volleyball against Athens. It'll be coming up at you again live. Athens is always a good league opponent. They've always been strong in the league in volleyball. They've been in the top 3 along with Logan and Jackson. I'm sure this is a great victory for Logan tonight, since they rarely win one against Jackson. Past couple years, as far as I can remember, Logan's either coming a close second to Jackson or tied in Jackson with the league tournament until last year. I don't know, maybe they're going to start setting the cadence for years to come. Logan's got a really good squad coming up with a lot of sophomores. They were starting 3 sophomores tonight. They were starting Aaron Mahaffey, Katie Smith, and Courtney Snipes. And then Joe Schrader coming in as a sophomore to play for them. They were doing really good, and I'm expecting a lot of good things coming from this young team in a couple years. Coming up now, I think we've got Jay Colson trying to get an interview with Coach Debbie Angle. Yes. Jay's got the interview with her coming up now. We'll have to see what she has to say. A little delay there. She has to contact her assistant coach, Sally Hunsaker, to make sure everything's okay.
Why not, Joel?
She's having a little conference with the Jackson coach now. I'm sure they have a little bit of talking to do after that kind of a tight game. Things cleared up pretty quick here, Logan. I think people wanted to get out of here after this game, as close as it was all the way to the end. Seems to be a slight hold-up over there. I guess Coach Angle really feels that the conversation with this Jackson coach is very vital.
I think they're trying to make sure they have a bus ride home, Chad.
Yeah, I think Jackson's trying to schedule themselves a bus ride home after that loss. I don't know, going all the way to the end and just to lose it with a strange little shot like that one Tara Lutz put in was. That's going to be a heartbreaker. I'm sure Logan's going to have their hands on them when they go to play Jackson at Jackson. That's going to be a tough match. That's always going to be a tough match, playing at Jackson, as hard as they are, and then playing them at their home court. That's going to be a tough one for Logan. Coming up for Logan after this match, they've got the Nelsonville September 20th, and right after that they've got Athens the 21st. We'll be doing that one on TV. Later that week, Logan's got New Lex. I'm sure Logan has their plans for New Lex after getting a terrible, disappointing loss to Logan earlier that year. Now we have it. Jay Colson has an interview with Coach Debbie Angle, and up to you, Jay.
How's it sound? Still?
Okay, thank you, Jay. That'll wrap it up for tonight's volleyball game against Jackson. Logan coming through with the winning the first game 15-13, losing the second game 15-8, and coming through with a big win in the final game 18-16. I'd like to remind you to join us Thursday night. We'll have more volleyball action up here at the Hilltop. Logan will be playing Athens, and that'll always be a good game. I'd like to say that'll kind of wrap things up for tonight. Thank you and good night.
Yep.